What's up, everybody?
What is going on? Happy Valentine's Day!
Yeah.
Come on.
Man, it is cold as a mug outside.
Yes.
Dum, 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 dum.
Oh,
Dum,
ice,
dum,
ice,
dum,
baby.
dum. Yeah, ice, baby.
Yeah, it's icy outside,
It
and
is.
so I hate canceling live services. Like Mr. Freeze, culpati. We had to shut it
taking
down
us
We
out.
shut it down. We
this
shut it
morning,
down.
which is kind of silly to me. I grew up in Michigan. Aaron grew up in Ohio.
Right.
And so this ain't nothing.
Nothing. This isn't nothing.
I'm like, y'all Texans, y'all are.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, y'all need to work on those like donut.
Yeah.
Correct.
You guys
skills.
didn't cancel church very much at all when you were kids, right?
No, when I was
No.
a kid, we would play a game on the way to church and count how many cars were in the ditch. And my dad would be like, look at that guy. We're driving, he's in the ditch. I mean, dozens of cars just in the ditch.
No, it's true. Whenever I was a teenager, I remember my brother and I on a Sunday afternoon in the Ohio snow, piling up snow behind the car in the garage thinking, man,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
not going to church Sunday night.
Yeah, Dad's car's about to be trapped
For
in the garage.
sure. We get it. Dad says it's time to go to church. We all load up in the car. He plows right through it, and on we go to church.
Right, nothing was stopping us.
Nothing will stop
We
us.
didn't cancel school for anything.
Oh,
I remember
no.
multiple times our bus sliding into a ditch. Them just calling the tow truck,
Yep.
pulling the bus out, taking my little coal behind to school.
No
But-
way.
That's
Those
horrible.
Mansfield moms are not letting their kids
No,
go to
no.
school after they
But
get
we
pulled
got
out of the ditch.
Oklahoma and Texas here
Right.
that, like, if it gets below 45 degrees,
Yeah.
they think that the end is near.
Our blood is
Gridlock.
very thin. It's
No,
very
gridlock.
cold.
Yeah.
It's something. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, we've been defeated today. With us being at Willie Pig, it's a ton of work.
Yeah.
I mean, every single Sunday, we have a team of people that shows up on Saturday to set everything up, and then an army of people on Sunday morning
Yeah.
at 6 a.m.
Come on.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, with the road conditions and
Yeah.
with all the things, I didn't want anybody to drive in and get in a wreck or have a
Right.
problem.
No.
And through the power of technology, we
Yeah.
can still come and hang out with you.
That's right.
And so I know that you're home hanging out, chilling, wearing some PJs on Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Valentine's V-Day, come on.
And
It's
so,
good.
And so there's a lot of fun things around Valentine's
Right.
Day.
Yeah,
Right.
it's true.
Rachel has historically not loved Valentine's
Oh
Day.
no,
When
never
we-
liked it.
When we first started dating, I asked Rachel to be my girlfriend, and our first official date was gonna be on Valentine's Day, and she told me, "No, I already have plans with my single girlfriends."
Yeah.
It's called Galentine's
Yeah,
Day.
I ditched him.
okay.
I ditched him hard.
And I'm like, Prince Charming is here, girl. she straight denied me.
Hey, I had to give my friends one last one.
That's right. Because you were not going back after that.
After that.
All
No.
right.
No.
My favorite thing about Valentine's Day is buying Rachel one of those big heart-shaped things full of chocolate.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't really like it.
I was just going to say, who's the beneficiary of the chocolate? Yeah, you.
All
You're
day.
the chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah,
of
all
course.
day.
I don't really
you.
like it. I kind of get like upset stomach, and then he's like eating it all.
I
got you.
find that one. There's that one chocolate that's like full of toothpaste. They
Oh.
call it mint. It's like toothpaste.
It's like
I'm
mint.
I'm like, here, baby, try this one. She's like,
Nope.
She's
No.
like, I don't want any. I was like, okay, I'll eat it.
I'll
Oh,
take
don't
care
worry,
of
I
these.
got you.
And then I'm
I'll
like,
eat these.
where's the caramel one?
Right.
But
That's
the
what's
truth is
happening.
that Valentine's Day is a lot more than
Yeah.
a box of chocolates. It's a
Yeah.
lot more than some balloons or a little teddy bear. It's really a holiday about love.
Right.
And so while we've been stuck together through Corona, while we've been together now through the ice apocalypse,
Right.
as we're all here,
real.
Yeah.
we thought let's just take some time to talk about love and Valentine's Day. We've
Right.
seen a bunch of people do that.
They've been doing the Valentine's Day
Valentine's Day
challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hashtag Valentine's Day
What
challenge.
is it?
Yeah.
What's the challenge?
So there's questions that you can ask and answer about your relationship.
Okay.
I thought it'd be kind of fun. Like,
Okay.
I don't know, let's talk about it. It says, share your story. So what is your story? First question is,
Okay.
how did you guys meet? So how did y'all meet?
We met in college.
Yeah, we were going to Southwestern Assemblies of God University.
Yep.
I was studying. I actually don't know what I was studying.
She was studying me is what she was
Whoa.
studying.
Whoa.
Okay.
Her
okay.
major was trust in
Yeah.
Bama.
So the
Wow.
first time I
Yeah.
remember meeting Rachel,
This is
I saw her and her two brothers and her mom carrying all her junk into her dorm.
yeah, move-in day.
And
Yeah,
they had this
yeah.
giant box they couldn't get out, and so I went over to help them, and it was the biggest box of shoes
It's true.
you have ever seen. This is back in the Spice Girl era.
Oh,
so
yes.
remember all the shoes
platform
No, they were
shoes,
tall.
yeah.
were those chunky
The
ones?
white platform.
Rachel
boots.
was standing
Yeah.
6 foot tall
Yeah,
with the shoes.
and so I
Okay.
remember going and carrying that box of shoes up a flight of stairs, and I've been carrying boxes for her ever since.
Aww.
Isn't
Yeah.
that sweet?
That's the best.
Yeah.
Yes.
We met at church.
We met at our
Yeah.
church. I was a part of a church for years and years, and then this cute boy came and joined the college group.
Right.
Because he was in flight school.
Yeah.
And I was like, who's that guy? And I just never went away.
Yeah, she's very inquisitive by nature. She was inquisitive for the new guy.
Yeah.
And
Who's
she
that
never,
man?
She never stopped.
No,
she
that's
stayed.
true.
She stayed inquisitive. So
I wore him down.
yeah.
You remember, now this is for the people our age, remember the TV show Family Matters with Steve Urkel and Laura Winslow?
Yes.
She was Steve Urkel, and he was Laura Winslow. That's how that relationship
really
worked.
strange,
But
but
now I'm Stefan.
Now
okay?
she's okay. All right. What's next?
true. What's the next
Okay,
question?
next question is, what was your first date? Like official, real date.
Oh man, you want me to go?
First date.
Yeah, y'all go.
I told you I asked Rachel out for Valentine's Day, but she had Galentine's Day and dissed me. But so then we went out, and I was going to take her to Papacitos in Fort Worth.
Right.
But this is like before you had
GPS.
GPS on your
Yeah.
phone, and I'm not the best with directions. That's one of the reasons Aaron is the best friend, because this dude knows how to get everywhere.
Trying to figure
And
out
so
where to
I
go.
couldn't find it.
Right.
Couldn't find it,
No,
and
we
like back
got
in the day
lost.
when you would print it out from Google Maps, you would
Yeah.
print it and it would give you
MapQuest.
MapQuest.
Right.
And so we got into downtown Fort Worth, and I couldn't find the restaurant, and so we ended up in Sundance Square,
Right.
and then we walked to Mikasina's,
Right.
and had never been there, and now it's kind of became our restaurant.
Yeah.
It's like we have our booth in the corner, and we've had a lot of really fun memories there.
Sunset fajitas every time.
That's
Sunset
right.
Time.
Do you remember
Do I remember?
our first official date?
Well, wasn't it with another couple?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good.
I remember that.
What do you remember what we did?
I think we went to dinner
And then
in a movie.
Why are you
Nope.
doing that?
At
to
somebody's
me?
house.
remember I knew it. No.
Why is she doing
Why are
this
you
to
killing me
him?
right now?
Help
What?
him.
It's Valentine's Day. You're putting me on Front Street.
We went to dinner and we went ice skating, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right.
And Erin is a great ice skater, and
Yeah.
I, as you saw
You're
in
still
the
learning.
Christmas at LC,
She's still
I'm a
learning.
terrible
Yeah,
ice
she's
skater.
still learning. That's true. Yeah.
All right.
That's what we did our first
Yeah,
date.
it was. It was a lot of fun.
All right, how long have you guys been together? So that was probably in 1999 or 2000. That was
Pretty
a
close.
long 21 years.
Wow.
Long time.
Married for 19, but yeah,
That was a long
it's
time.
been a minute.
Yeah.
Well, we started dating. When we dated 6 months, 7 months, and then got
Yeah.
married or
But-
engaged. So
Yeah. Well, but previous to that, we were friends.
we were best friends for 5.5 years.
We were
and
good friends. Bible college is
Yeah.
kind of a weird dynamic.
A little bit.
And so we were like friends that would help keep the other weird ones away. And then after college, we were like, "Hey, what's up?" I was like, "What up, girl?"
Yeah.
But we started becoming friends in what, 2002?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long time.
And so now that's the next question was how long you've been married, but we kind of already answered that. So we'll be
Yeah.
19
Yep.
and you'll be 14.
14.
13? No,
Coming up.
14.
14.
Coming up on 14
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
We did it.
Next month.
That's good.
You know, I remember growing up in church when I was a kid. On Valentine's Sunday, our pastor would always talk about the churches, or not the churches, the people who had been married for a long time.
Yeah.
And they're like these little sweet old people. They've been married 75 years.
Oh.
Right.
They would like have them stand up and the whole church
Yes.
would clap. We need to do that.
Yeah, did they do the vow renewal?
Hey, comment below how long you've been married.
Ooh,
Comment below
Yeah.
how
let
long
us
you've been
know.
married. Whoever has been married the longest in the comments,
Right.
It's a
we're
gift
going to
card.
send you to Mikasina's on a date night.
Oh, I
That's
love
even
it.
better.
Who's been married the longest? We got to
And-
comment.
And then ice skating.
Okay, all right.
Hey, it's good.
If they're married the longest, the chances are good that they're probably pretty old,
Hey,
and so
can
they
give
might
it-
not want to go ice
They
skating.
can give
Hey.
the gift to a young couple in
That's
their
true.
life.
You're right. That's true.
So age, it's the longest in the comments.
Yes, you got
Yeah.
to sit there.
Don't
Tell
lie.
us.
Liars go to hell. Don't lie.
Oh.
Be real. Happy Valentine's Day. No, don't cut it.
No, leave
Leave
that
it
in
there.
there.
Leave it.
Leave it.
What's the next question?
Okay, this
God
one,
will forgive you. It's okay. Just
Yeah,
ask.
yeah. He's got it. Forget it.
age difference. What is the age
Oh
difference?
man, Rachel straight robbed the cradle up in this place.
Oh man.
So Rachel is 10 months older than me.
Oh, yes, I'm so old.
She saw me coming and she was like, "Look at that spring chicken."
Yeah, it's true. Us, it's we're
have-
actually a
we
little bit
have a
closer.
big-
Only 2 months difference,
What?
right?
No.
2 months. 2
We've
months.
been married. Oh, we're how far apart?
2 months.
Stop. 6.5 years apart. And
Six-
so
six
I-
and a
She
half.
holds her
I
age
met
well.
him
I mean,
and I knew there was a good man that could take
she's
care of me.
6
really
years
well.
older than me, and hey, I'm loving it.
So when
you know?
Aaron was a senior, that means Whitney was in 3rd grade.
Hey. Start great.
Wait, what was it?
But like-
She's the
but
cougar,
like- but
guys.
like
She's
six.
the cougar.
Stop.
I'm the young one.
No one believes you.
Okay, fine. Whatever. Get out of here.
just said about liars. What are you doing?
I'm just joking.
But hey, he's
joking
got
and
this,
lying, it's two different
he's got
things.
this silver fox game.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah,
He
well,
got
I
it
got
going
the
strong.
silver. That's
Okay, but this is a good one. Who was interested first?
I think you answered it already. But
I don't know.
Wait, between us?
We had
No,
we had some on and
I
off.
don't know. We kind of liked each other on and off. Yeah.
Yeah, we had some on and off action
Yeah.
because as we were friends, there were some guys that Rachel was kind of interested in, and
Yeah.
then there were some girls that I was interested in the process, and we
I
would
think
like.
we were in an emotional relationship. Let's just get that out there.
But like, I would be hanging out with another girl and be thinking she's not as good as Rachel.
yeah, and I would be hanging out with boys and be like, "This is what this guy's doing." Tristan would not do it this way.
Right.
So it's we kind of
So
did it
you were
really.
mutual.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
But we didn't want to say like, because we didn't really know we liked each other. We were
Yeah.
like, I grew up with brothers, so I was like, he's like my brother.
You know, when
And
you're
so-
young, you're like, I want to keep my options open.
Okay.
I think it was a bit clear for us, was it
Yes,
not? You
I-
answered to it earlier.
I definitely was interested first.
Yeah. Yep.
She's like, oh, he's a pilot?
She always
Go,
seemed to be-
Digga!
Right.
Well, back in the day, they had this thing called Wednesday night dinners.
Yeah.
All the family could come early to church, eat some dinner, and
Right.
then go to church.
Yeah, it's true. And so Whitney would always seem to be in the general vicinity of wherever I was.
This is
somehow. So she overheard me one Wednesday night say to one of my friends, yeah, you know, we were talking about marriage and who we're looking for as a spouse and whatnot. And I'm like, you know, I like a girl who's outgoing personality. She's bright. She's always willing to talk. Never met a stranger. You know, someone kind of similar to Whitney Taylor is what I said to my friend.
No, what he said was, I want to marry Whitney. That's what
No,
he said.
That's not what I said.
in Whitney's 15 to 16-year-old
Yeah.
brain.
Right.
Teenage
That's what it
brain.
was.
And
That's
so,
what she heard.
And so every Wednesday night, I would just be like, do you want some chocolate pudding? I didn't eat my chocolate pudding. And
Right.
I would bring him my chocolate pudding. It worked, y'all. It worked. That's all I'm gonna say.
Chocolate pudding is okay, but when it came from her, I always seemed to eat it.
Yeah,
so
see,
it
that was
worked out.
true.
That's
He
right.
liked me. He just didn't know he did yet.
Yeah. Next question.
Who is taller? Well, this is obvious.
Yeah, I'm way taller than.
Yeah. What does that have to do with Valentine's? What is that even on
Come
this
on,
list?
Facebook,
Okay,
get a better question.
In the 90s, I was probably his height because I had.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
them Spice Girl
Oh,
shoes,
yeah, that's
them
true.
platforms. Next question.
Who said I love you first?
Me. I said it on accident. We were like late on the phone one night.
Right.
You know how when you're dating and you like can't do the hang up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, bye.
You hang up first.
Yeah,
No,
okay,
you
bye.
hang up.
Okay, bye. It just like came out. I was like, okay, I love you.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like the whole words started reverberating in my head.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if you responded.
I was basically throwing up.
Rachel was like, okay.
He loves me? Blah.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
was
said it
me.
first too because
That's true.
I knew I had to play the long game. So I was not trying to be crazy stalker girl, even though
Right.
I was a little bit.
Yeah.
And so it was a long time, and then he said it. But the first time he said it, I said back, no, you don't.
Right.
Because
she said, no, you don't.
I was like,
Yeah,
if he
she
says
did.
it, that's it. We're
Yeah.
gonna get married.
What else?
So
Yeah,
that's what
that's right.
happened.
We're gonna get to some. Oh, we have a Bible here. We're gonna get to it.
Yes,
I don't
we
know
do.
how long this has been.
We have some scripture that we're going to
It's
talk
good.
about.
This is fun. Okay, these are fast. Who's most impatient? Me.
Yeah.
Who is most sensitive? Ooh.
No.
We're both kind of in different ways.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. that's true.
Oh, this one's hard. Who's the loudest?
Oh yeah, yeah. When he's
This is between the two of you.
okay.
Oh yeah.
Most stubborn. You are.
Yeah, Rachel.
You are.
Set my ways, y'all.
Who
what
falls asleep first?
No doubt.
All
Who
day.
cooks
Basically,
better? Who
I'm
cooks
trying
better? Oh, you do. Yeah.
Oh, you bake well.
I cook good too. I've been making some.
Y'all eat some of that queso that he made? Woo!
That's true.
You be
good,
making
it's
some
pretty
good tacos though, and what good
That's true.
is the queso without
Rachel
the
killed-
taco?
Yeah, we're
You know what
good
I'm saying?
team.
Rachel's always killing the fish game too. She makes some good.
Who is the better morning person? Oh, definitely
No.
not
Yes.
me.
Let's talk about
Not her.
this morning. Let's talk about today.
Oh.
We
Valentine's
are
Day.
not
What-
talking. We're saying
what happened,
in general.
guys?
This
In
is
general.
in general.
In
Okay.
general.
Who's the better driver?
Does this one even need to be answered?
Right, right.
I mean,
Michigan man and Ohio boy. Like,
come on.
what-
Listen,
yeah.
Rachel drives by feel. She's like,
I
Well, I guess I'm in the middle of the road.
I am not denying that. I hit curves every day.
Listen,
Every day.
She takes bumper cars to a
Discount
level.
Tire knows who I am. They're like,
I need
sir,
a Jeep. I need to drive a Jeep.
why are you
It's
here
just run
again?
over.
Right. We both do pretty good. We haven't been
I
in
haven't been
accidents
in an accident in
years.
a really long time.
Oh, who's crashed the most? Ooh.
it's because I'm the only one who drives.
right.
Okay, most competitive?
I don't know if
I don't know.
I don't know.
We're like
In different ways.
self-competitive,
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
People,
Yeah.
but not
If
really.
it came down to it, me, I guess. But
But yeah,
they're
and I'm not
really.
good in like I do like to win in those certain
I
circumstances.
like watching people win. That's
else?
fun. for
Yes,
me.
funniest. Well, yeah, hello.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Fast
We're all,
and different.
we're
I
all
was gonna say
funny. Who's the neat freak? For
that's
sure
kind of
you.
the problem that we have. I'm like super organized in some areas, and then in others I'm like, oh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, just throw this over there. I don't
We
know.
need help.
yeah, help us. Help us.
Who wears the pants in the relationship?
Seems to me like we're all wearing pants.
Seems we're all wearing pants.
Listen,
that's a
he
good
may wear the
answer.
pants, but I wear the leggings.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
okay.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Oh, here's a
I don't know.
who cries more?
Me.
Yeah, you. Of the four of us.
He's a crier. Hey, listen, you got a tender heart.
It's
I do.
true. You got a tender heart. It's good.
Jesus loves that.
There's a lot of questions up in this
It's
survey.
almost done.
People fill us out on Facebook.
Yeah,
I don't know.
all the people.
That's a lot of. That's
It's
a lot of.
snowstorm.
That's a lot of
They-
this.
yeah, they ain't got
It ain't no snow. It's not a snowstorm. It's not even slippery outside. I drove over here 70 miles an hour.
Okay, okay.
Tracy Aaron, we're sorry. What'd you
Well,
say?
as you can see, we just had a short, sharp cut in the edit. It's because these two got in a fight over where their first Valentine's date was.
Right.
So,
Hey, read the Bible. It'll be good.
okay, so it's Valentine's Day.
Okay, go.
And it's a holiday that's not about chocolate or balloons.
That's
Right.
true.
It's not about restaurants.
No.
Right.
It should be a holiday that's talking about love.
Love.
Yes.
And
love,
so
love.
we
Right.
spent a little time remembering our love stories. I hope that you guys in your relationship have talked about maybe your love stories if you're married. You know, there's a portion of scripture that talks specifically about love, and it's 1 Corinthians chapter 13.
Yeah.
Anytime I do a wedding, I read these
Yeah.
passages because it's
Right.
so powerful. And so
It's like
let's
the love verses
it's
of
the
the Bible.
love verses.
Yeah.
And so we're going to talk about it, and we're just going to walk through some of these ideas. 1 Corinthians 13, verse 4. It says, love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It's not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It's not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not, here's what it doesn't do, does not delight in evil, but it rejoices with truth.
Yep.
It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Love never fails. That love never fails. You know, and it's easy to talk about love on Valentine's Day.
Right.
But it's easy to show love on Valentine's Day, but when love is most important is on the hard days.
On
Yeah.
the regular
Yeah.
days.
On the regular
Yeah,
days
the day.
are the most important days to
Right.
be showing love. And so there's a lot of words in there that I hope all the couples can take and read together.
Yeah.
It's a challenge for you as we've been talking about how to hear from God. Maybe one of the ways in your marriage you could grow is to sit down and read 1 Corinthians 13, just starting in verse 4, and read that together and talk about it. So
Yeah.
like the very first word it says is love is patient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a hard one sometimes.
Right.
No, it's hard
No,
to be
for sure.
patient all the time, much
Yeah.
less with somebody that you live with every single day,
Yeah.
forever.
We
Right.
all do things that annoy each other.
Oh yeah.
Like I do things that bother Rachel,
Big time.
but like we have to choose to be patient through the
Right,
process. What
right.
do I do? What do I do?
I mean, you leave the towel on my side of the bed that's used.
It's
and
been going on for years, has it not?
Help get your friend.
I guess so. I'll tell him. I know. I
I
get
feel
it.
like I don't do it anymore. But then we go to bed, and you know, Rachel, she'll say, my feet are cold, my feet are wet, and it's because I just put the damp towel on the bed. And so Rachel is damp. Sometimes.
He said damp towel.
Promise.
What did I say?
Damp towel.
Did I curse?
You did say P at the end of damp.
This is church, y'all. Get your minds
Come
out of
on.
the gutter.
Come on.
Get your heads out of the gutter. It's Valentine's
Valentine's
Day.
Day goers.
I will put my wet towel
There
on
it
the
is.
bed,
There it is.
and she will get a little frustrated at me. But we are sometimes patient and we're
Yeah.
sometimes not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
And sometimes we're kind, and sometimes we're not.
Yeah.
Right. You know, oftentimes when Mama comes home from work, sometimes I'll know where she goes, because when she comes through that door, through the garage, off go her shoes, off go her watch, off go her jewelry, off goes her makeup, and you know where she goes right when she walks into the house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Wendy, come and get your
She
stuff.
leaves a trail.
She leaves a trail and a wake.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
But you have to choose to be patient
I do.
and kind to me in
Right.
those moments, because
Right.
you
Love is-
could.
love is kind.
Yeah, you could
Love
easily
is
get
kind.
mad at me
I could.
and be snippy and frustrated, but instead you're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, baby, you want to clean your
How
stuff
about
up?"
how about that wake that you just left? Would you mind cleaning that up, please?
You know, growing up, I heard be kind and sweet to everyone you meet. But that's easy. I think we can do that easily. But let's remember to be kind and sweet to all those we live with and
Yeah.
see every day. Because I
Right.
think a lot of times it's easier to just let
Yeah.
our guards down and be frustrated
Right.
and really be not have patience, and instead of loving people through it,
Yeah.
we kill them with our words.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
There are days I look back at when I'm at work, I'm more nice to people
for
that I'm
sure.
working
Yeah.
around than the way I am at home with my wife afterwards. I'm like, man, that's not good.
Right.
She's the one I love the most. Why am I not being
Right.
the most kind to
Right.
her?
This is why the Bible says that love is patient.
Right.
Love
Right.
is kind.
Yeah.
It doesn't envy. It doesn't boast. It's not proud.
Yeah.
It's not proud. Love is not proud.
Yeah.
It's not prideful.
Right.
Right.
Sometimes in relationships, it's easy to say that we're always right.
Right.
Or that
Yeah.
we have all the right answers.
Yep.
And that leads to a lot of problems. But
Yeah.
the opposite of pride is humility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when we would be humble towards each other, that's what shows love.
Well,
Yeah.
I think sometimes in marriage you can start to keep score when you're
Yes.
having arguments,
Yeah.
or and you're like, "Well, I said sorry first last time," and it's like, no. Let's
Yeah.
not be prideful. Let's be humble and
Right.
say, "Hey,
Right.
I'll say sorry
Right.
first."
The
Yeah.
goal is not to be right, but really just to make amends and love your spouse.
Yeah.
Right.
Get along.
Even
Love
when
your
you're
person.
wrong, finding the words and the humbleness to say, "Hey, I was wrong for that."
Yeah.
Because that brings not just healing, but that brings just a respect to your spouse.
It
And
really
Yeah.
does.
This is a really good one. Both of y'all just said it, that you don't want to say that, well, I apologized last time, or I did this last time. We just read it, that it says love, it keeps no record of wrong.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about that.
That's yeah.
Because a question that we get all the time, and even today on social, a bunch of people have asked questions. And I think one of the biggest things that hurts love is when we keep a record of
yeah,
fails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all messed up, man.
Right.
Right.
And it's not really nice or helpful to bring up the fails of the past
right,
in the present,
Right.
because then we're still stuck back there.
No,
Yeah.
it's true. You know, my wife, fortunately, she doesn't have to remember very many because there's not
Oh,
very
my
many things that happen to go wrong. So thankfully, she doesn't have to remember very much. No, but really, seriously, you know, if we're asking for forgiveness from the Lord, then why in the world would we not try to do it with each other?
Right. No,
we're asking
no,
for
for
grace
sure.
there. We need to make sure that we give grace to our spouse.
It's true.
Right.
I think that we're all going to make mistakes. And if we keep a tally of the mistakes in the past, we can never actually move forward.
Yeah.
Right.
You're right. If God has forgiven us, why are we going to not forgive
Right.
someone else?
Yeah.
right.
We got to do it.
You
Well,
know,
and if it's something you really can't get over, then it may be something that you may have to go see a counselor to walk through.
Absolutely.
Because no one deserves their past to be brought forward
Yeah.
in a sense to hurt and damage your relationship, because it's not going to work out.
well, if you keep bringing up your past, it keeps staying your present.
Right.
That's good.
I've never taken out the trash, put it in the can, take it to the road, and then went and wrestled the trash guy for it and brought it back in and sat on the
Right.
couch.
Right.
It's trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's something I no longer want
Yeah,
in my
right.
house, so I put it out at the side of the road.
Right.
But what we do so many times in relationships is we don't want it, we wish it wasn't there, we say, God, take this away from me,
Right.
but then, man, the next time we get in a fight,
Yep.
the next time our spouse does
Yeah.
something we don't like, we run out to the curb,
Comes
we
back
grab
out.
this ugly thing, we're like, well, look what you did 5 years ago.
Right.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And then we wonder why we aren't celebrating Valentine's Day.
Right.
We wonder why it doesn't feel the way that it used to feel. We wonder why it feels like we've fallen out of love. It's not that you've fallen out of love. You've fallen into resentment and fallen into unforgiveness and fallen into all this mess.
Yeah.
That's good love.
And I think that for all the couples, all the people of Living Church, we want the more that God has for us.
Yeah.
And so if we want the more, then we have to leave behind the past.
Yeah.
And so stepping into the future, really, it does. It changes everything. We've both made mistakes in our marriage and in our lives that if we brought them back up, it would just keep being painful. I think we got to move forward.
A lot of the times that where we stumble is usually pride, right? There's pride because you don't want to be wrong. You're an adult. You feel like you know best, and you don't want to be wrong. And so pride gets in the way of healing and the way of rectification. So you just need to get rid of that pride.
No, I love that because each one of these things in the verses, it ties together. You have to have all the pieces in order to make marriage and relationship, true love, last.
In verse 7 it says, love, it always protects, it always trusts, it always hopes, it always perseveres. Love never fails. There's a lot of things in life that fail.
Right.
The weather fails, your car fails, hopefully your heater in this season of the year, it doesn't fail. But love, it should never fail.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, as Rachel and I have been talking about this verse, something she reminded me, is there's a test that you can do. You could put your name in the verse and see if it's true. So I would read it like this, and it would be kind of a test to see, how am I doing? Am I able to read it? Is it true? Trustin is patient. Is that true? Trustin is kind. Trustin does not envy. Trustin does not boast. Trustin is not proud. And as you read that, it kind of like helps you think, man, is that an honest statement?
Right.
Yeah.
And so read that through in your quiet time with God. As you go, remember we've been talking about the little chair, you go and you get alone, how do you hear from God? Maybe read through that, put your name in and ask, how am I doing
really good.
at showing love?
It'll help protect your heart with your spouse, with your loved one. You're going to protect that. Why? Because it matters that much to you.
Absolutely.
And before we move on, maybe you're single and you're watching this and we've spent a whole lot of time talking about relationships and you're like, but I don't even have a husband or a wife. I don't have a girlfriend or boyfriend, or maybe I'm single again.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something? Love is patient.
It's good.
Be patient.
Yeah.
Wait for God's best for you. Don't try to shove a round peg in a square hole and try to just make something work because you're lonely.
Right.
Because loneliness leads to bad decisions.
Right.
God has somebody out there for you who's going to fit exactly what you need and who's going to make your life step into all that God has for. So be patient.
Yeah.
I'm super glad you guys have hung out with us today on this cold, snowy
Valentine's
Day.
Yeah.
It's been fun, I think.
Right. Now, so this week has been different and fun as we're here in Aaron Witt's house, just having a conversation.
Right.
Next week is a big deal. We have changed course because we're so excited about what we're preaching next week. We want everybody to be there at the Pig to hear it. It's the last week. Maybe. I actually think that God's been speaking. As we've been talking about how to hear from God, He's been speaking to me. He's been speaking to us about some big directions of the church.
Right.
And so these next 2 weeks are a big, big deal as we wrap up this series, How to Hear from God.
Right.
And so weather will be good. It'll be fine. If not, me and Aaron are just going to come and pick every one of y'all up and show you how to drive in this weather. And we're going to get you to church.
We'll get you there.
That's right. We want to say a special thank you to all the volunteers who do make Living Church happen week in and week out, that set up and tear down, that love on babies, that say hello first. They make the ministry of Living Church happen, and we're super grateful for
And
them.
so as you guys are home today, kind of taking a week off, thank you. One of the major reasons that we chose to cancel live service is because we've been thinking about y'all. Because we wanted to give you a time to be home, to take a breath. Thank you so much.
And keep them safe.
And keep you safe. But if you're watching and you haven't yet got involved in the ministry team, come on, man. Join the party. Be a party starter. The ministry of Living Church is not just about what we do. It's about what we do.
Right.
And so there's a ton of ways that you can get involved.
So we're going to put a link here that you can follow. We'll put a link in the comments on Facebook. We really want you to join the party here at Living Church.
So good. Love you guys so much.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Go out, do some donuts.
Give
in
your
a
honey
big
a
old
smooch.
parking lot.
That's
Give them a
right.
smooch.
That's right.
Love you guys.